Tensions continue to boil over between Catholic protesters and members of the Neo-Catechumenal Way. In fact, police had to respond to a protest at the Redemptoris Mater Seminary today. PNC's Tim Blas-McHenry reports.
Protest is their only medium to voicing their concerns, says Mary Lou Martinez, who, along with dozens of Catholic protesters, gathered outside of the Mater Dei Seminary today, where police were called after a couple of protesters walked onto seminary property.
So we walked in very peacefully. Nobody was destroying property or doing anything like that. But somebody did meet us at the entrance and said that if we did not leave, they would call the police on us. Well, we discussed that we felt we had every right to remain in the property since we are Catholics, just as much as they had the right to be there themselves, being neo-catechumenists.
Martinez refused to leave, and thus the police were called. She maintains that they have every right to be on the property since the seminary belongs to the Archdiocese of GUAM, to which she and the protesters are members.
Because the Archbishop has always claimed, and even the neo-catechumenal representatives claimed, and it was even published in the Umatuna, that the seminary still belonged to the Archdiocese. We are the Archdiocese, and as far as the Catholics, when you talk about the church, we are the church. So we felt like, why are we outside the property?
Just this last week, the leader of the Neo-Catechumenal Way in the U.S., Giuseppe Gennarini, landed on Guam to attend meetings at the seminary. He was greeted with an angry mob of protesters at the airport. Since then, protests have continued at the Redemptoris Mater. There has been controversy surrounding the ownership of the Redemptoris Mater. Some believe that the Archbishop gave the property to leaders of the Neo-Catechumenal Way, and they fear a Neo-Catechumenal takeover of Guam's Catholic churches.
I want to know, what is their purpose here in Guam? What is the purpose of their visit here in Guam, if none other than their interest in the property in Jonia? That I want to know.
Or the takeover of our church?
Yes.
Martinez says after they refused to leave, police showed up. The protesters refused to leave again, saying the only person who can tell them to leave is Archbishop Anthony Apparon.
We made it a point, and he understood, the policeman, to speak only with the Archbishop, because he said, as she said, we emphasize that he is our leader, and we will listen to him if he told us we needed to leave. So he comes back out saying that the only persons that came out to talk to him was the director, and he claimed that that director identified himself as Father Pius.
Eventually, Martinez and the other protesters left the property to continue protesting on the sidewalk. According to the Guam Police Department Public Information Officer Captain Kim Santos, at 8:25 a.m., GPD was called to the seminary. A police report was taken to document the incident, and no arrests were made. For PNC News, I'm Tim Blas-McHenry.